So e-commerce, there's so many ways that you can take e-commerce businesses in terms of growth. I know that you know a lot about email marketing, Facebook ads, and you do some Facebook Messenger stuff as well. If somebody, personally, I feel the best way to go for somebody who has just bought an e-commerce site without putting a whole bunch of money into ad spend is to go down the email marketing route and providing a really good, opt-in or an offer. Would you suggest the same? And, off the back of that, what sort of email marketing would you do? Would it be content based? Would it be sales every now and then? Like what are the traditional approaches you guys have seen in not just your own businesses, but, you teach a lot of people this sort of stuff too?
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge topic, so I'll try to boil it down to something that doesn't go in the ramble mode. I mean, I've done hour-long talks on this subject. We have a course that's like 12 hours long that gets into this subject, and I'm very passionate about email marketing. You happen to pick something here that's kind of my bread and butter. Uh, Colorit.com got 52% of its revenue from email marketing. I see it as an incredibly powerful tool. And it's interesting because it takes some time to get over this hump mentally of, for me at least, I personally despise email. I freaking hate it. Like I hate when someone sends me an email. I don't want to open up my inbox. I'm looking at my inbox right now. I have 57 unread messages sitting here that I got to get to today that I'm probably not going to get to. And it's just a miserable existence with email. But at the same time, it works. It still works generating revenue. And as we sent more email, we made more money. And I realized a bunch of things, which number one is not everyone feels the same way that I do about email. So that's important. Different people respond to it differently.
Yeah.
We were consistently getting, 30% plus open rates on our emails. So people are reading our emails. We're triple the industry average. And the way that we did this was by the vast majority of our emails being things that provided value to the customer, to the reader, to the potential customer. They might have not even been customers yet.
Yeah.
But train them to look forward to opening our emails to what we had to say. And so the typical e-commerce company will send an email once a month as an afterthought of everything that's about them. Here's our new products. Here's our sale. Here's how you can spend money with us. And people don't want to read that crap. I mean, if they want to go to their mailbox and get a coupons and stuff, they can go out to the curb and get a flyer and get coupons and get like spammy late night infomercial type stuff.
Yeah.
So what we did and what we continue to do with our other brands is to try to provide value to them that makes them want to open our emails. So in the terms of Colorit, here's stuff that the community has colored this month, and here's our favorite picks. Here's some tips and tricks on how to blend and shade with colored pencils. Here's a free drawing you can download from one of our books and print it at home and try it out. These types of things people would really look forward to getting because they were getting free tips and tricks on how to improve their craft, their hobby. These are things that people are passionate about. They would see what other people were doing and then try themselves to produce equally great quality work so they could have a chance to be showcased themselves. They were looking for recognition themselves. And so that, kind of gets them consuming our stuff and buying it even more. We did a weekly Facebook Live every week to continue to build community and do things like that. And so in the off opportunity, when we really did have something that we wanted to promote, like a new product or maybe Mother's Day sale or whatever it might be, those emails got open because I'm trained to just open up emails. Even though the subject would just be a check out on your product or we have a sale for Mother's Day, people would want to still see that because they were kind of trained to do that. And so our emails generated insane amounts of revenue.
Yeah. Well, like what you've built such a relationship with somebody over time where they go, hey, I'm looking forward to your emails. Like imagine, I know that my best mates don't send me emails. Like it's pretty rare that I get an email from a friend. And, I mean, I do have a lot of work friends, but my friends that aren't in the online space, it's pretty rare that I get emails from them. But if they did, that'd be the first email I'd open because I've got such a strong relationship with them. And it's the same with, when you've constantly adding value to people, they're spending time. The more time you spend with somebody, the stronger your relationship grows. And they're spending time reading those emails, and what they'd be obviously looking forward to opening those emails. I know this, in fact, because I used to send a bunch of stories about me, about my business, and I got some open rates, which is good. I started improving those to not just be about me, to be about other awesome things and how it was related to business and how people could get value from it. And then when I started podcasting, I started sending out my podcast update email that it was coming out. And I just had 30 to 40% open rates. And actually people would respond back to me saying, hey, like, I love this. I actually look forward to opening your emails. I actually look forward to when you post new content, because I'm adding more and more and more value. And I think that's a huge thing for people to understand, is like, you're not writing an email to grow your business, right? We need to get that out of our head. It's like, all right, this is about me growing my business. I need to write a good email. It's like, if you put your business second and your customer or your viewer first, you're going to add value, because you're in their head. What do they actually want? And you can create great content around that, all giving. Like I said earlier, the more we give, the more we're going to get back in time. And it may not be specifically from emails. It may be in a different venture or something else that we're doing in our life. So I'm glad
Yeah.
that you mentioned that.
Yeah. I mean, it's about developing relationships, just like you would in any other aspect of your life. And yeah, I mean, it's worked incredibly well for us, and we continue to push email as much as we possibly can. But I think that it's one of those early low hanging fruits that a lot of businesses can take a lot of advantage of. It depends on the niche you're in, though. I mean, ice wraps in Colorado are good examples, because those are polar opposites of email effectivency. That's not a word, effectiveness. Um, and so, with something like Color, you can develop that journey and that relationship. With something like ice wraps, it's very difficult, because it's like a one-time purchase. It's something that's a pain point,
Yeah.
and people don't really need to buy it over time. And so I think you might take a different approach there, but we still use email quite effectively with ice wraps.